Good morning, dear all. Welcome to day 4 of online Red Belt meditation certification course. Here, today we are gonna dive in to the 7 belts introduction. Before going to that, I really welcome the online participants. I see Maria, Kumar, Dr. Jena, Ankush, Vaishali, Elsamma, Saranya, Celia, Kedar, and Radha. Welcome, and your presence is really valuable for us. And there was demand to take this meditation journey online, so we have come up with this online platform wherein you can avail and get the insights directly from our director, Dr. Rajesh Savera. So, before going to that, let's recap what we have covered till day 3. So, day 1 began with the first I shall nots, the Panchashil, which says, I shall not harm anyone, and all of you all know what are I shall nots. I will post in a group the recap, the 5 I shall nots, and then we ventured into the samatha and the vipassana aspect, the static and dynamic aspects of it, having that clarity, all and developing the wisdom also. Welcome, Dhanya. And also yesterday we have ventured into the introduction of the red belt. Who is it meant for, and what are the benefits of the red belt practice? In the practice, we have done the pre-sunya exercises, the 9 sets. Also, we have done the body exercises, beginning with the hand swinging 100 repetitions. So, if anyone wants to, give their introduction, where they have come from and what they are looking from this meditation program, that will be really beneficial for us to understand what are you looking for, and so that we can develop our course meeting your requirements. So if anyone wants to unmute themselves and have a dialogue, I invite you all to do that. So good morning, Celia.
Good morning, hermana, ¿cómo está? Desde Perú.
Yeah, okay, she has joined us from Peru. Then I see Dr. Jena also. I see Kumar also. I see Maria also. Maria, you want to? Good morning, Maria. Ankush sir has joined us from Pune. Vaishali has joined us from Siddipet. Elsama, good morning, Elsama. Saranya from Karnataka, Kerala, and Kedar, and Radhaji, Haji, and Dhanya. Welcome all. We will have our Q&A session at the end of our session today. So if you have any questions, then we can cover it up. Now I welcome our exclusively. We got the access of our director, Dr. Rajesh Savira, who is famous Ayurveda Acharya and the psychotherapist, and I am learning the meditation from him since last 3-4 years, Sunya meditation. So I am also interested to know the introduction of all the 7 bells and who it meant for. So welcome, doctor, to our show today. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for inviting. Yeah, good to see all of you all, a small bunch of future great teachers. And it is nice to see everybody come together. And I think this is the seed that you're sowing for the future, when there will be a lot more people coming together. And these ones that you see on the screen will be the ones who lead them into perfect nirvana. As Buddha says, that every bodhisattva's job is to lead the others into that perfect nirvana, the stage of perfect nirvana. A bodhisattva is basically almost a Buddha. He just chooses not to become one because he wants to save those millions of lives, right? So that is where most of us take that role of a teacher, so that they help others to progress into that journey. At the end, we all seek one simple thing, is peace. That satisfaction from this life that we were born with a purpose, we have fulfilled that purpose, we have laid down the burden of that responsibility, and we have contributed into this existence, wherein this existence evolves to become a better place for the others that follow to come and live here happily.
Right, doctor, very rightly put. This is the journey in the first Sunya session. You said about this is the journey from developing awareness till we feel the joy,
Yeah.
the satisfaction, the samadhan, which will lead us to the samadhi.
But the beauty of this practice is it's not that post your practice you'll feel joy. I think even coming together like this brings us that joy. So the joy is part of the whole process. It's like a mother who is pregnant. At the time she gets the news that she's conceived, she's going to be a mother. The joy of motherhood begins from that moment till the time the 9 months happen and she sees the baby delivered in her hand. It's that 7 months that you're going to see, or 7 stages that you're going to see. The point and the day when you chose that I want to go on this path of my own self-awareness, a self-realization, and these 7 belts are that 7 months
Whoa,
or 7 stages of joy of
right.
being a shunyati and then experiencing it yourself. The joy of a mother is not understood by anybody else, only the mother herself, right? So same is with this practice. A person seeing a shunyati sitting like this will see what is this guy doing, what is it so great about it. But once that person sits, that person knows what he is going through, what experience he is going through. See, so the whole shunyati hood, you can say, is like motherhood. And one actually leads, this whole shunyati hood leads him to become the Buddha, and that whole journey is for the Buddhahood.
What a great analogy, because motherhood is having trimester, and then she goes through all the different phases. When it comes on third trimester, unbearable to bear even a child, when she is waiting for that time when she will get delivered. So I think so. Yeah, this is gonna be the roller coaster ride, but it will lead us to the joy. So we are excited to venture on this journey with your guidance, doctor. So this seven belts practice is based on Satipatthana Sutra and Mahanapan Smriti Sutra. These two sutra from Pali, also from Agamas. This is the basis of development of these seven belts, doctor. So in and we have got the four foundation: the Kayanupassana, the body awareness, developing it into the Vedananupasana also, which is related with the feelings, and Chittanupasana, how our mind is working, the Chitta, and the Dhammanupasana, insights of the consciousness we have developed and the wisdom we are developing from this practice. So these are the four foundations on which we have developed all our belts. Am I right? Is my understanding correct, doctor?
Yeah, so we have just following what the texts say. The Maha Smriti Sutra, which is like the mother text, just 150 years post Buddha, written by Anshekar and translated from Sanskrit to Chinese, was a compilation of all the practices. And this Shunya practice is basically an outcome of Dr. Lim taking the essence out of it, and he has been practicing it for last say 50 plus years, and then deciding to compile it into a model, so that what he did for 50 years, what has been a tradition for 2500 years, he is given into a small package in terms of 7 belts to everybody who wants to receive it.
Right.
Because today life is so busy, we cannot go and read the text, we cannot go through the exploring and experimenting. We need something that can be easy. Okay, and that's what Dr. Lim has done, given us this practice which becomes the 7 steps for our own self-realization.
Right, right. So, the, doctor, what I have heard about, let me tell our audiences also and all the participants in the studio. Thank you, Harman. Thank you, Amukta, Kevin, Ajay, Gautam, and sorry, I don't know his name, but it.
Vinod Chavan.
Chavan sir, who has made the Dixon burgers for all of us by getting up early in the morning. Thank you and welcome all in the studio also. So, Doctor, today we will have the introduction of seven belts.
Yeah.
For say right now it's 7:12, so 15 minutes of this talk, and then the 15 minutes we will be having the pre-Sunya exercises, and we will have the hand raising exercise also introduced today. So let's see how it unfolds. If we have time and we can cover in 15 minutes, we'll do. Otherwise, we will have the rest of the belts introduction in later session. Is it okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with anything.
Yeah. Okay. So as we have said that red belt is the gateway to self awareness, and if we see the corresponding foundation like Kayanupasana deals with observing the breath's length and the body's posture. Also, Vedananupasana, which is dealing with the feelings, it is observing the disturbances we have while meditating and the sensations also. Then Chittanupasana, which is related with the insight into the mind. We start realizing the existence of this whenever disturbance starts to occur. That is the triggering moment, and before it happens, at least we develop that awareness. Oh, I am getting distracted. That's the feeling. Then with the Dhammanupasana, then we analyze the Dhamma, the quality to everything that we do. The breath cycles are slow. Am I focusing better than the previous practice? The nature of things changing because of awareness. We can go into that nature of things, and what matters is the survival, and for survival we need to be grounded and not to compromise, and that's where the beauty of this red belt, the gateway to self awareness, comes in. It is the art of survival, and we are beginning this foundation. These are few bricks for whole vihara to get, or whole construction to get built, and I think so this will lead to the stability also. And with this practice we feel safe, and that's why we feel grounded, and more awareness will develop what is happening inside, because I see myself, and in terms of career, money, relationships, etc., it affects. That's we have seen yesterday. Also, it is building foundation for the resilience for any kind of stress we are going through. So this is the red belt. I have understood, doctor, more insights from you. Who is it meant for, and how this is gonna help the practitioners?
Yeah, so red belt becomes the foundation. Yesterday we talked about how a building is made by digging first downwards. So reverse counting is the foundation of our next belts to follow, right? So for anything to begin with, you need to have a strong foundation. So when we are going on a journey of dhyana or meditation, red belt becomes the foundation. Now, what and for whom this is? Everyone who is having this body. So we're talking about the four foundations: the body, the feeling, the mind, and the consciousness, right? So when you're talking about the body needs to be in balance. When it's out of balance, that's where you have disease. So people suffering from bodily disease is but natural. People are suffering from cancer, people are suffering from chronic disease like diabetes, even lifestyle diseases like obesity, okay, maybe a chronic pain like arthritis, and then you have conditions wherein people are suffering from neurological deficits. So anything to do with the body is suffering because there is an imbalance. Something is not right, something has gone out of balance, and something that was in ease has become a dis-ease, and that's exactly where Shunya plays a role. So a one who is going to begin his journey for discipline, who is going to have a commitment towards maintaining a protocol, all that needs a foundation, and that foundation is Shunya. And red belt becomes that first step that person takes towards having a goal to achieve. So bodily goals could be good health, right? Reversing of diseases, All this is possible one who practices the red belt, because
Mm-hmm.
he starts himself on a journey. Then the second one is feelings. We all go through these feelings of attachment, detachment, the pleasure, the pain, the suffering, the happiness. And between these things, when the mind is again out of balance, then
Mm-hmm.
you can, if you have lost someone, then you are
Mm.
suffering, 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 and you don't get out of it. So it's like a pendulum, you know. You should understand, time is nothing but denoted by a pendulum. It swings
Yeah.
between this and that, and here and now, and from this thing to that thing. When you know that time swings, so does everything in time and space swings. So feelings also swing. There are days when you have great days, there are
Mm-hmm.
days when you don't have great days. And if you can keep the swinging on and let it swing, so that as it is, it works. So your
Mm-hmm.
feelings need to work according to the situation and circumstances. You definitely need to cry when you lose somebody or lose something that you have. But like, I lost my job, if I say, and I am depressed that day, it makes sense, because that day was day when I lost something. But the next day I can feel a little more depressed. But if I go into depression, that I don't even search for another job and I leave everything, and then it becomes a sickness. But if my mind is perfect, my mind knows how to bounce back, the resilience is there, then what I'll do is, oh, today I lost my job, I'm sad, I've lost my colleagues, I've lost a source of income, I'm feeling bad. But the next day I wake up, I get up, I'm aware that I have responsibilities to fulfill. I prepare my resume, I start applying again. My journey continues. And this is exactly what is possible only when you have the gateway to awareness. And that is where the first belt, the Shunya red belt, plays a very important role. Then you take yourself into your mind. Mind's basic nature is to remain concentrated, but because of conditions, it gets distracted. The reason it gets distracted is because it's the leader of 5 different senses. It's the leader of your eyes that see, your ears that hear, your nose that smells, your tongue that tastes, and your skin that feels. So the mind processes all these information, and these informations are coming from all different sides. And plus, it itself has its own object, that is thinking. So it keeps on thinking and churning on it. So the mind then starts to scatter and spread. And once it scatters and moves here and there, it's not able to deliver what it has to deliver. Hence, person who wants to achieve certain things in life wants, if he's a student, wants to achieve the best rank in the class. If he's an employee, he wants to be the best employee in the office. If he's a businessman, he wants to be the top businessman in the world. If he is a physician, an artist, and whatever, he wants to do the best in his craft. At that time, the concentrated mind is the only thing that can deliver him that best result. And that's exactly where, again, the foundation plays a very important role. And finally, the consciousness itself, the self realization that this was my responsibility, this was what I am accountable for, and this is what I'm delivering. And one who realizes it, one who sees that this is the best time of my life to upgrade my consciousness, to make sure that I transcended my current state into a better state. That's why we talk about the 6 realms, moving from the hellish world to the world of the ghosts, where you are able to deliver what you have to deliver, but you know that you're still into that survival mode of the animal kingdom. Then move up to the human realm, where you follow the Panchashil and live a good life, and then move up to a world of the asuras, where you have power and authority over things because you've mastered it, and then move up to the world of the devas, where you have all the pleasures that you seek for in this life. So you are moving between these 6 realms because you have transcended your own self. The most important thing is self realization, and these 7 belts are just the better versions of your own self, right? So to begin with, the red belt is the gateway of awareness. Then when you go to the next belt, that's the orange belt, you have the next stage, that is what we say is your
Enhancing
enhancing.
focus and
Yeah.
attention,
So now,
doctor.
what are you doing? You, in the red belt, your gateway of awareness was there, where you were basically having focus and attention. But here in the next belt, orange belt, you enhance that, and there is a technique for that. So every belt has something to give you with a particular technique. So there is a technique, there is the result of the technique which you can actually quantify yourself. You don't need a third person to tell you what you have achieved. And the third thing is having the benefits of that seen in your life, okay, in your work,
Yeah.
in your relationships, in your financial growth, okay, in your mental state. And I think that's what we all are here to seek for.
Yeah, the main thing I have seen with the experiences who the meditators who comes to practice Sunya, like personally with the red belt, they have learned to take a pause at least. That is the beginning, and the self awareness we see in them. That's the beginning of the self awareness, catching oneself before acting. And also they get the clarity and the emotional regulation also, which slowly starts to grow as we observe our breath. Also, on the relational term, we become more present in conversations, and slower in anger also, and we tend to listen more. Then transnational benefits we get from red belt practice doctor is like we begin to see that we are not, as you have emphasized on the thought, the thinking mind, by observing the five senses, that also gets started to significant difference we can see in a person's personality. Also, there is a gap between the stimulus and the response. We become more responding rather than reacting, and which is the seed of the liberation, where and we see it gets planted. This is the benefits of red belt I have seen, doctor. Also, if we are talking about the orange belt also,
So
the
let's summarize this in short, because
uh-huh,
if it's a journey that we'll go, we are going deeper into the red belt.
yeah,
But when I'm trying to tell you that first is the gateway, you enter the gate. Now you're at the red belt.
uh-huh,
Then you're going into enhancing your focus and concentration, right?
mm-hmm,
That's your orange belt. After that, you move up to making sure that you cultivate.
uh-huh,
Cultivate what is your undeterred
undeterred
concentration.
concentration,
Now when you have entered, you have enhanced it. Now you have to cultivate it, you have to nourish it, you have to feed it. And that's exactly what you do in a yellow belt. After that, what do you do is, you in the green belt, now you have to develop. What do you develop is clarity and insight, samatha and vipassana. Now you develop, you have seen it, you have found it, now you should develop it, right? It's like, first you find the field,
mm-hmm,
you clean the field, you make it nice, okay, then what do you do is you go and now plow the field.
uh-huh,
After you plow the field, then you sow the field. After you've sown the field, you've seen the crop coming up, then you nourish it, you develop it. So that's exactly what you're doing here. You, in the green belt, you go and develop clarity and insight. Then when you move up to the blue belt, now the first four till green belt are something to do what we call as the basic
basic
samatha
samatha
vipassana,
vipassana,
BSV. Okay, so these basic samatha vipassana is done here, sitting down here. So your whole practice of sitting dhyana is here. But as you take that practice and you go into the MSV, that's the Mahasamatha Vipassana,
vipassana,
that's where you start harvesting. What do you harvest is the blue belt, where empower creativity in action. Now you become creative in your own field. You're a doctor, you find ways in delivering the best services in healthcare. You are a musician, you are able to compose the best music. You are an employee, you come out with best ways to enhance your productivity. When
mm-hmm,
you are a teacher, you'll find techniques and methods in which you could share your knowledge. So all this happens in the blue belt.
yeah,
When you go to the indigo belt, what you're doing is deepening the understanding, and realization.
realization,
So now with all this, when you're engaging, we are deepening your understanding of the world around you, and also you realize how this world is so not very easy to deal with. You'll find different people. You will find Mr. A like this, Mr. B like this, Mr. C like this, and when you interact with all of them, you find that the mind tends to differentiate. But because of the practice of shunya, you make sure there is samatha, there is equilibrium, seeing everybody as one. Because you see everybody as one, even though you treat them differently, the intention is to lift everybody out, help everybody up, and
yeah,
help them to grow. And then finally comes your own violet
well,
belt,
well,
wherein you are experiencing the true liberation. Because all of the people around whom you were responsible for have been liberated, hence you are liberated. Okay, so that's where the Diamond Sutra says, by liberating those beings around you, there is yet not a single one liberated by you, because it was the process that liberated you, not an individual. So, understanding the whole interdependence of things, we realize it's one step, another step, another step. It's all transcendenting from your current state to a higher version of your own self. The
Wow.
little baby that was in the mother's lap has now become a big man, walking here and there, taking care of others' babies, you know. So this is how the journey is. It's a stage of evolution of a bud into a fruit through the stage of a flower, right? So it's beautiful, it's experiential, and at the end it's rewarding. And I think what you need is rewards for the work that you do, and this practice of Shunya is that journey wherein you are at the end just rewarded for being still.
It is so fascinating, Doctor. Thank you for making us walk through all the introduction of the seven bells. Is there any reason we are calling it as a Zen bell, Doctor?
So Zen basically is nothing but a Japanese way of pronunciation of a word called Chan. And Chan is nothing but the Chinese way of pronouncing a word called Dhyan. So
Uh-huh.
Dhyan becomes Chan, Chan becomes Zen. So over a period of time, this is just a pronunciation problem, but we know it is Dhyan. Dhyan means, Dhi means the intelligence, and Yan means the vehicle, the intelligence that drives, you know, in a particular vehicle. And our vehicle is concentration, our vehicle is focus, because once there is focus and concentration on a particular thing, the intelligence starts acting on it, right? Like if you are able to concentrate the through a nice convex mirror all the energy of the sun into a particular point of focus, you'll realize you can bring the sun's energy down onto the paper also and burn it off. So you can
Right.
bring the sun through concentration on a small paper sheet. So can, it is said that even in the Vimalakirti Nirdesh Sutra, he says that because of the potential of a Buddha to concentrate, he can compress the whole existential universe into a small mustard seed. Okay, so much is his concentration. He can toss the seed here and there, he can do everything, yet not a single being in that has ever been able to be affected because of all the tossing and turning. So imagine you achieving that state of concentration wherein whatever you're doing, you're able to bring everything to the maximum potential concentration, where the whole field of rose flowers that were, you know, blooming there have been concentrated into a simple bottle of essential oil, wherein one drop when put into water gives you the whole experience of the field again.
Wow,
Yeah.
so powerful and
Yes.
beautiful, Doctor. Coming back to our red bags, let's deep dive into our practice, because we are gonna
Yeah.
do the hand raising also. It's 7:30. So
Whom do you want to invite?
yeah, so I would like to invite Amukta, and before that, this few lines for the red belt. It is the rhythm of where the journey of breath is beginning for all of us, and each step is a step towards that stillness within. So I'm sure that many people online and in-house also are getting benefit. Let's practice now.
Yeah.
We will do our pre-sunya
So
exercises.
let's
Welcome
welcome Amukta.
Amukta,
Yeah, come here, Amukta.
our
Let's have.
pre-sunya exercises girl.
Okay, so Amukta comes here. Okay.
So let us check the camera angle and all. Is it okay, Kevin? Yeah. We can zoom out a bit so that people. Is it comfortable for you? Yeah. Okay. Let's do. Yeah. 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 Okay. We will do the 10 sets. You can tell the instruction, Amukta.
after we've done 10,
10.
we come back
Now
to rest.
we are switching our legs. We are
Yes.
keeping our
Fold
left
your-
leg out and folding our right leg.
Right leg.
Keeping our
Left hand
on the right knee and
Lift your right
lifting
hand.
our right hand and touching it to the left.
Try to touch your toes.
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
9, and 10. Lift.
Now we fold
Slowly
our
fold
leg.
your left leg inside.
Yeah, and then we are
Next,
placing our both hands
on the right knee first.
Okay.
And then we'll try to touch our head to the other knee.
Okay.
Yeah. Start 10 counts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back straight, switch your palms to the other knee, and again same 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now come back straight, bring both your palms to the stomach area. Don't press, just keep them there and we'll go forward. 10 counts again. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now come back straight, keep both your palms on your knees. Now next we'll be doing our upper body twist, where at count 1 you turn to your right, come back to the center, and count 2 you turn to the left, come back to the center. Again we'll be doing 10 counts. So start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now come back straight. Now extend your feet. Bring both of them close like this. You might have heard the common name called butterfly, so we'll be doing that. Cross your palms like this, support your toes, and then stretch. We'll be doing a count of 10 where you move your feet like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now make sure you stay like that, because we'll be trying to touch our heads to the toes again. We'll go slowly, we'll do 10 counts. Okay, start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now extend your feet. We'll relax a little after the stretch. You can place your arms to the side, relax, support. Okay. Now we'll cross our legs. We'll do a few neck exercises because there might be strain when you're doing the meditation Sunya practice. So these are just a few to strengthen your neck. We'll start with the basic one. When I say 1, you tilt your head to the right, come back to the center, and 2, you go to the left. We'll do 10 counts. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now we'll do the kind of similar the same. When I say 1, you go up, look up, stretch, center, 2, down. Okay. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now we'll do clockwise and anti-clockwise, but this will be doing for 5 counts only. So start. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we'll go anti-clockwise. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stay there for a second. Now we'll do the hand swings. Everyone stand up.
So we are doing hand
Hand swings
swinging,
for-
100 sets. Doctor, you want to give the
Okay. Yeah. So you again open your feet shoulder level, shoulder length. Squat a little. Bring both your arms to the front. We'll do a count of 100. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100.
So now today we are gonna have the new set of exercises called as hand raising.
Yeah. So if you look at it now, we did the first set was the hand swinging. Okay. Now we're going to do the hand raising. Okay. Very, very important. Let's keep this a little aside. Okay. Yeah. Come here. Okay, so when you do this hand raising, this is a very important exercise. Okay, again, follow the same thing. We squat. Okay, now you hold a cotton ball. Now, this is very important because we are talking of the right brain and the left brain. Okay, you want to bring a balance in yourself. You need to know that these two brains work in moving your hands, right? Every action is preceded by a thought that comes from the brain and then tells you to act. Now, so when you lift the cotton ball, okay, up, you take it till this height, right, where you know it is up here exactly above you, and you do it slowly, but you need to synchronize it with your breath. So when the breath goes in, your hands go up. When the breath goes out, your hand goes down.
Down.
Now
Okay.
you need to synchronize and do it together if you're a team. Okay, follow the leader. It's like that.
Yeah.
So this is called pranayama. It's called now taking the breath in your control. Okay, so it goes with the hands up, hands down. Okay, now but you don't force it. You watch your breath and you do this. But the most important thing here is to watch your hands also. So when you watch your hands, if your hands are going like this up, one is going down, and this thing, that means there is a problem in your neurological balance, between the right and the left brain, and the coordination is going for a toss. That means you will suffer from many neurological problems when that right left brain imbalance happens, which is very important because a simple thing like this not going right
Yeah.
can also affect your relationships. It can affect your ability to think. So many things happen because the right and left brain coordination is completely gone. So a simple exercise like this also brings about balance in your state of the body and your mind. So very, very important exercise. You have to do this. Let's do this. And the count we do is 1 to 30.
30.
Okay, let's do this count. Okay,
Okay.
Scott, simple ball in your hand. Raise your hands up with every breath. Come on. Okay, breath in, hands up. 1. Breath out. 2. Down. Okay, like we finish 1. Go up. 2. Then down. Again. Up. Down. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5. 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. Breathe in. Breathe out. 9, 10, 11, 12. Make sure your both hands go together up. They come together down. 13. Don't do it too fast. Let it go with the breath. 15.
50.
16.
17. 18.
19.
19. 20.
20.
21. 22.
22.
23.
23.
24.
25.
25.
26. 27.
27.
28.
28. 29.
At the count of 30, wait there. Open your palms like this. Bring it to your belly once. Open your palm. 2. Open your palm. 3. So this is our hand raising exercise. Okay, very important for. Thank you so much, Amukta.
Thank you so much, Mukta.
Yeah. So this is your for the coordination of the right and left brain. You know, many people think this is of no importance, but I've seen people with some conditions where neurological problems are just about to start. Could be Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or even a kind of a high blood pressure. That could be a neural stroke. Okay, at that time, this particular practice actually helps you to early identify such kind of weakness, because if my left side is getting weaker, I will not be able to do this way, and I know that my left side is getting affected. Something is going wrong in my right brain, and so it could be just the beginning of a clot. This could be a rupture. So when you do this, you are able to diagnose certain things very early, and the treatment of this is also the same thing, because when you will when your hands are going like this and you're taking the effort to bring it together, you're actually working not here, you're working here, right? Because the effort is happening here, so it
Right.
also opens up the channels there. Your neural pathways, your the circulation, everything starts happening, and the right and the left brain start coordinating well. So
Yeah.
very, very important practice to bring in that samatha in you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a practice that you should not miss. Your hand swinging is important so that your breath gets deeper, your spine gets aligned. It's all for your health. But this one is as important as the hand swinging. So don't miss on this.
Yeah.
And whenever you get chance, you should do this, because this is taking you inwards.
This is not only individual mind and body connection, but when we do it in a group,
Yeah.
we try to synchronize with others also. That's also the togetherness.
Yes, yes.
That is also the beauty, doctor.
So the things people tend to do this is very fast. The mistakes that they do is like this, they go like this. No. It's not to do those fast. Then somebody become very strict. They hold like their hands like this, and they want to do it very stiff. No, no, no. You should hold a cotton ball. Okay, if you squeeze the cotton ball, it is gone, right? You hold it very lightly and only synchronize it like this. Okay, remember what you're working out is the right brain and left brain coordination.
Ah.
That is what you're doing here, not your hand movements. Something is happening here in the brain, right? So that particular message, because when I'm raising this hand up, my left brain is working. Okay, when I'm raising my left hand, my right brain is working, and I'm telling them both to work together.
Yeah.
And when I'm telling both to work together, that means both are actually firing same impulses. The neurons are
Right.
firing the same impulses. So when they are firing together same, that means there is coordination. And now this exactly happens in your daily life. You will make it habitual for your right and left brain to work together. And now your capacity for concentration, your capacity for dhyana, your capacity for focus has improved, because now you're not working with one engine, you're working with two engines.
Yeah, and that coordinate gets reflected in the rhythm when it comes
Absolutely.
to
Yeah,
breathing also.
absolutely.
Also, when we do this palm up and gathering our hands together, you can feel the energy. Is there any specific reason we
So
have
what do you do when you
introduced?
do this, right? You tend to gather a lot of energy here, because everything is focused here, your mind is focused here. So this energy, we tell to put it back to our gut, because remember, this is the root that we are practicing. The basic, so red belt practice is basically to put in the foundation in the right track, right?
Yeah.
So when you do this, you're actually putting all your energy here. So pushing all your energy here, because everything matters here, you know.
Yeah.
We have a second brain here. There's a brain here, right, that rationalizes things and everything can be programmed. But there's a brain here called, we call the gut brain. This is where the feelings rise, right? The gut feeling and everything. So when you put all the energy of this brain into this brain, there's a coordination now with the top brain and the bottom brain also. The two brains, the feeling, the gut feeling, and the rational brain of thinking, they work. And that's where you're first beginning to actually nourish your pragya. Your wisdom is being cultivated. Now you will be thinking logically, but with feelings. With compassion, you will be able to take decisions, which would be harsh, but yet compassionate. And so many things will follow when you follow this practice.
Yeah. That was the great session, doctor. I think so. It's it almost the time.
Yeah.
We should wrap up. Like we have seen the recap of all the previous sessions and the introduction to all the 7 belts. We have dig deeper into the red belt and did introduce the hand raising also. I hope that has been helpful for in-house also on screen participants. If there are any question, please feel free to post it and share. We will take in next 2 minutes. Also, I invite you to switch on your camera. We can do like this and we can take a group picture so that we know on day 4, on this particular date, we were all together practicing the Sunya red belt practice. So I invite all of you to switch on your cameras and do this, maybe thumbs up, so
Yeah.
that we can take a group picture.
Unless somebody is in the bathroom, they can be excused.
I think,
Doctor.
Namaste, namaste, Dr. Jana.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Fantastic
Yeah,
session,
we
sir.
can take
Thank you, thank
screenshot
you.
from
Really-
screen.
Thank you.
Screenshot from
Thank you.
screen.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Namaste, Dr. Savera.
Namaste.
Okay.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, good morning.
Okay. Thank you for joining.
Okay, see
We
you
will
next
see
week.
you next week, 7 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Dr.
Muchas
Savera.
gracias, muchas gracias.
Namaste. Namaste.
We will take group picture.